Happy Saturday, Creed. Here's our warm-up. We're starting with 1 minute cardio choice into an AMRAP by 4 minutes. 8 on each side, dumbbell bent over rows, then 8 sit-ups, and finishing off with 8 goblet squats. So cardio choice, y'all know it. We got jump jacks, high knees, down to the ground for those mountain climbers, or you can do that seated run. Then we're coming up and got a 4 minute AMRAP of 8 and 8 bent over rows. Make sure we're hinging over, slight knee bend, pulling that weight back to our pocket right there. 8 on one side, then you'll switch 8 on the other. Down to the ground for 8 sit-ups. Throw those arms and sit nice and tall at the top. Then lastly, 8 goblet squats. So putting that dumbbell right underneath your chin, pushing those hips back, driving those knees out right there. For our Saturday workout, we're starting with 2 minute running clock of max dumbbell ground to overhead. So try to push through on those 2 minutes, then you get a minute of rest. Then AMRAP by 20 minutes, 1 minute cardio choice, 20 V-ups, 30 dumbbell goblet squats, and 40 dumbbell toe taps. So a little bit of a ladder there. And after that AMRAP by 20 minutes, you got to rest for a minute, and then 2 minute running clock for max burpees to finish it out. All right, so we are starting with ground to overhead max. So going down to mid shin, popping those hips, getting that weight overhead. Make sure we're keeping this weight close to our body and we're not curving around. Then cardio choice, we already showed you those options. So you have a minute of that in that AMRAP. Then down to the ground for V-ups, 20 V-ups. So remember, we want to throw our arms slightly first, then touch those shoelaces. So trying to come up to that V. Then goblet squats, which we already showed y'all. Lastly, toe taps. So grab a dumbbell. You can either have it standing up or you could use something else. Your idea is tapping it. So you can go slow and controlled like this, or you can go nice and fast, but you're trying not to knock it over. You could also knock it over on its side, so it's not as high, but just as hard, right there. Lastly, what is the Saturday workout without some burpees? So 2 minutes of max burpees. Make sure we're going all the way down to the ground. Pick a good pace here. We did this in person earlier last week, and the goal was to try to get 40. I think we only had 2 people do it, but that is your goal. All right, Creed, we'll see ya.